harvest ethanol from it, it's still many times more than what oil palms produce. And we're only starting to select the best genetic material in Indonesia. I'll tell more about it later. So if we look at the total picture, let's compare these energy plants, the corn, the sugarcane, the palm oil, and the sugar palm, in terms of how much land would be suitable to apply that species, or how much energy could you use per hectare. How about the water issues, the biodiversity issues, the job opportunity issues? Anyway, as far as I go, the sugar palm is with head and shoulders above any of these other energy crops in very simple terms that you can evaluate. Then, where is the potential to apply the sugar palm? If we look at this publication, that was, I believe, in Nature, the biggest emissions are caused by deforesting tropical forest land. And that is where we have an issue, 88 million hectares of degraded forest in Indonesia. But at the same time, there's the biggest potential for sequestration when we restore those degraded forests to productive forests. And that is what we are attempting to do. But even more, we're not just rebuilding the biodiversity and producing energy and all these, even jet fuel and producing all these benefits through the concept of rebuild. So let me now go a little bit more into the practical application. How do we bring this from nice theory and the science, but to the practical field application? So first, we'll have a look at where can we actually apply the sugar palm worldwide, as just was already mentioned by Hashim. And then let's see how we do it on a regional scale. Then we look at the working site and the approach. And then how do we actually manage this system in an operational way and make it into yearly working blocks, and finally the basic units where we apply these recipes, as I call them, these methods that are adapted to the smallest pixels to optimize the species site matching. So if we look at the world, the sugar palms only grow on land, of course. They need a temperature more than 4 degrees Celsius, minimum 700 millimeters of rainfall. They grow only underneath 2,000 meters altitude, and they're very resilient. Everywhere here, sugar palms can grow. Of course, you can combine that with economic data, because the tapping is the main cost for the production of the sugar. And that is in countries like India, Indonesia, much better than Brazil. They have, for example, a higher daily salary. If we look at Borneo, then we can do, again, a whole mapping exercise, but with more criteria, like slopes and all these. And our area where Hashim and I are working in East Kalimantan is right in the middle of the area where it is very suitable. We have access to 1.5 million acres of land in need of rehabilitation. But in that area, we also have the biggest fire risk. So this is where our area is located, and this was what happened in January 1998, February, the fires, March, April, May, 5.5 million hectares burned in East Kalimantan alone. So we need a system that is resilient, and there, again, with the sugar palms, we have the better deal. Also, the World Resources Institute identified this area in East Kalimantan as worldwide one of the areas most in need of rehabilitation. But we have issues for the local people. The local people are still doing their traditional slash and burn agriculture because they can't afford the fertilizer to go into permanent agricultural systems. And that has a big impact on the emission of greenhouse gases. And if that cycle becomes too intensive, in the end you end up with grasslands like we have millions of hectares of now, which are totally not usable. The grass is exuding some poisons.